Yo! Hello! Hope you're all wearing your flannel today, as it is Marketing Monday. Denmark Jackson, what's up for the 9 months? Early Mercury, thank you for the 2. Dolahan, 501, thank you for the 8. Spicy Bread, thank you for the 36. 3 years, bro. Jesus. Jesus, Spicy Bread. Let me see what... How many times have you been timed out? A lot. You've been timed out a lot, but you're still here. 36 months. So many messages. Your average message, I'm just doing a quick scroll. Your average message is either Poggies or Giga Chad, which means you're just supporting people. Usually, I'm sure you're Giga Chadding people who say stupid shit, and not me. But still, you're a Poggies, Giga Chad type person. You have an optimistic attitude towards the world, and I respect that. You lift people up. Usually, people who are making fun of me, so not 100% ready, but how's everybody doing? Good to see you. Happy Monday. How was your Sunday? I hope it was good and not a Sunday scary type Sunday. This is fully. They give it 6 months, 8 months. I'm sorry. Exor, they give it 20. Hello, Atrioc, my good friend. Here's to our 20-month streak, and that is what friends do to each other. They hand each other money and then say, "Here's to our streak." That's how friends interact, and I appreciate that. We are good friends for that reason. Denmark Jackson, they give it the 9. Epic Hamster Dance, they give it the 37. You're looking for your first thanks. I don't believe you. I simply don't believe you. And I hate to be that guy, but I simply don't believe that you haven't been thanked. But I can't prove it. Ludwig, thank you for the 48 months. You said, here's to our 40-month streak, but you actually been a 48-monther. You know, at some point, it's too long. Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, thank you, but like, it feels a little obsessive. Does anyone else feel like, 3 years? Okay, 4 years, it's like, okay, move on, graduate. Stop hanging around high school, bro. The years are over. He's like wearing his fucking 48-month badge around here. This just feels parasocial, is all I'm saying. Thanks, Lud. Dryan, thank you for the 7 months. Gavin Dively, thank you for the 4 months. MT23224, thank you for the 3. That's what I said to my girlfriend of 4 years. Good on you for standing up to that parasocial shit, okay? She's been hanging around 4+ years. Now you want to live together? It's like, what? Come on. 48-month badge, my ass. What is Yeti's? 42. Oh, I mean, there is no badge. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I did commission it. I think what we should all do is targeted harassment towards Linkus's fiance, Maisie. That's what I'm publicly recommending, because she's busy with her job and other art and doesn't have time to make my custom sub badges at below market rates. No, I think she actually did. She made a hammer. Did I add that? Wait, did I ever add the Paper Mario hammer badge? Because if not, then it's actually 100% my fault. Okay. Let's harass her. We won't stand for this. We won't stand for this. Okay? She obviously didn't fucking send it in the right format for make it easy for me. You should watch The Killer with Michael Fassbender. It's what the Hitman movies should have been. I'm sorry. I made a face like, what the fuck are you talking about? Because that's my default reaction face to whatever Twitch chat says. I already am going to do that, and I'm very excited to. I knew about this movie. I already got tickets for it. I want to see it. It looks great. It's a great idea. I'm already doing this. But I was default going to make fun of you. Have you seen the Five Nights at Freddy's movie yet? Fucking 14 times, motherfucker. Why wouldn't I? Dude, Matt Pat's in it. What I do is I buy tickets for every showing at a theater, and I just run between them for the Matt Pat part. I come in and I go, I bet Matt Pat's coming up next. I look around. Wait a minute. I heard there's Matt Pat in this movie. And then everyone's like, shh. And I'm like, no, seriously. I think it might be Matt Pat. And they go, shh. And they jump screen and they go, Matt Pat! And I lose my mind. I just fucking start running around like it's the fucking Eras tour. I'm like starting to chant, starting to dance. I I like pull up my phone and I'm like, Matt Pat, it's the guy from YouTube. And then the second that part's over, I leave and go to the next theater and do it again. I've been doing it for days now. Exhausted, but it's worth it. It's worth it to make the experience better. Yesterday's Clips channel video was your best ever. Nice going. Oh, you're the one in it. Okay, cool. Dr. Case, thank you for the 13 months. Billy G, thank you for the 12. Jesus West, thank you for the 6. Infinite Gamer, thank you for the 8. Most sane. Five Nights at Freddy's fan. Can I ask a question? Wait, Zoomers might know this better than me. Why did that game get popular at all? What about it? What? I don't know how it started. Markiplier. You think it was So Markiplier just found a low-budget, shitty, scary game, and his Let's Play was so good that it ballooned the... Or like what? Like how did... Okay. That's hype. Good shit. Now it's got a movie. That's crazy. That's how the economy works now. And then Matt Pat built the lore of it. I see. Same thing with PewDiePie and Flappy Bird. Same thing with... Okay. I think Flappy Bird was popular independently. Like me and Balloons. Yeah, I think nobody had heard of Balloons Tower Defense 6 until I did the Pop-a-thon, thereby saving the company. I heard they keep a statue of me at their headquarters. Of me holding a balloon. His Five Nights at Freddy video has over 114 million views. Wait, you're fucking joking. Markiplier original video.
Hello, everybody. My name is...
Oh, my God. Wait. This video... Oh, I have no camera. And I also have a fucking Hitman live split. This video has 114 million views for part 1 of a Let's Play of Five Nights at Freddy's. Hello, everybody. My name is Markiplier. Welcome to Five Nights at Freddy's. Thus, a legend was born. 11,000 upvotes. We can all agree we've got Mark, Matt, Pat, and the Living Tombstone to thank for Five Nights at Freddy's being as big as it is today, right? Yup. I love that we all watched the movie and immediately decided on a full rewatch. Okay. The real fans are in here, dude. 2 days ago. 2 days ago. They're seeing the movie and they're rewatching the fucking decade-old YouTube Let's Play.
And welcome to Five Nights at Freddy's, an indie horror game that you guys suggested en masse, and I saw that Yami Mass played it, and he said it was really, really good.
Let me see the most part.
Well, he's not here just yet. I don't want to run out of power.
That face is the difference. That face is the difference. That's the Markiplier difference.
No! Oh, yeah! Fucking fuck! I tried to push it! Oh my God! Oh! Oh! Oh, game over indeed!
That's heat, bro. That's the GOAT. That's just the GOAT. It's like watching Michael Jordan dunk, dude. Age Rock, you need to see the Bite of 87 clip. It's a classic. Do I need to see it? Today, pretty big Marketing Monday day. Crazy Aries, thank you for the 18 months. Yo, Big A, just got back from the International. It was so much fun. Did you see acclaimed Atrioc chatter Quinn Dota make it to the fucking finals and then get cheated by a lamer team? Quinn's an Atrioc chatter? Dude, fucking, let's check. User Quinn Dota. 999 plus messages, never been timed out, never been banned. Following since 2021. The GOAT, dude. He's also rated me with a gigantic Dota audience a bunch of times. And then I pretend to be into Dota. Void Spirit, hurrah! Yo, Big A, if you're planning to play another horror game tomorrow, try Fears to Fathom. 2 hours long. Maybe. I am thinking of playing horror games tomorrow. I might do a bunch of stuff, but Dead by Daylight with S3K was on the menu. Could be fun. One of us is the killer. One of us is the 4 of us are running. Could be pretty fun. Thinking of doing a Five Nights at Freddy's react and trying to get 115 million views. You think that's still possible? If I do the original Five Nights at Freddy's and I really try to play up the scares, do you think I can? Cool. Can you do a Markiplier face? All right, let me see if I can try to get like the GOAT. The problem is his faces are too good.
Hello, everybody. My name is Markiplier, and
Let me see.
Oh, the
No, I don't think I can. Wait, it's actually too good of a face.
sounds I don't.
Wait. That's why he's the GOAT, dude. I feel like I jumped up on the rim and I didn't touch it. No, I don't know. It's tough. Atrioc, you should beat all Five Nights at Freddy games in 5 nights. It's a fun title for a thumbnail or a YouTube, but it feels like it would be not that fun. They can't all be good, right? Be honest. Are every one of those games good? God, I wish NL made thumbnails. You know, you guys. Oh wait, why is my dude? It feels like if there's a if this screen is on a no dark mode, bright white, the whole fucking light messes up. That is exactly what it is. What you guys need to realize is that thumbnail faces.
This is a
don't fucking matter, bro. Just this guy's been using the same fucking thumbnail face over and over. He's the biggest YouTuber on the planet. Wait, look. Even better, watch. Look at this.
I got one.
Look at this. You know what I'm saying? It's not the face is just so people recognize who it is. And then they either build up a trust with that person or they don't. But it's not like the reaction super mad. It's not like I like when he switches it up though, as do we all, dude. Whenever Mr. Beast wakes up with a new thumbnail face, we all smile a little brighter. There are subtle differences. I'm not a whisperer like you guys. Midget Panda, thank you for the prime. Blase Winner, thank you for the prime. Snyman, thank you for the gifty. Afro Matt PW, thank you for the 35 months. 35 months, I've seen empires. I've seen dynasties. I've seen bears eat this man up. Long time. Much appreciated. I was fondly remembering Age of Empires today because it's like I think it's 2 years to the day that I started grinding Age of Empires for no reason. Obviously not going to do it, but it's just funny. For whatever reason, I was like trying to find an old thumbnail or something and I saw it. And it was a good time because I looked at the VOD and it was like I literally just fucking zoomed the camera in my forehead. It was like fucking Tyler won chess. I just didn't talk and I just fucking grinded my ass off up the ladder. It was pretty cool. I got shockingly. I mean, I was kicking some ass, dude. I was like the only China player. Who dat? I'm about to shave my beard for the first time since I became a cartoon character for your stream. I'm scared. Pray for me. Wait, I can't picture Who Dat without a beard. Wait, what? Do you have a picture? What the fuck is Who Dat gonna look like? Oh, you know what? Yeah, like his very first video. His very first submission when he wanted to get unbanned for saying D's nuts. Wow, like a child. You're probably going to de-age instantly. Because you are super young, but you look older. All right, well, good luck. Godspeed. Who that been streaming? I wish I got his stream. He's been on the grind again. Some funny streams. The Bungie layoffs suck. They fired the guy who made their Fire soundtracks. Yeah, big L from the Bungie layoffs today. A lot of good people let go, including they had one of the best like social media managers, community leads in the world. Like he was a great guy, well respected by the community, did a good job, was always in the front lines for some stupid ass Bungie decisions, and they fired him. It's pretty shit. I knew that guy. I talked to him back when I did social for Twitch. He was still out. He'd been there a long time. Yeah, Griffin Bennett, good guy. I'm really shocked. I'm shocked. Atrioc, how's your health these days? All right, well, you're not my doctor. But you're in the gym regularly? Yeah, I am actually. I've been trying to do 3 things, all right? Here's my theory on all of this. I don't have a plan. I don't have like a fucking good plan or anything. But I figure if I run a lot, I climb a lot, and I go to the gym a lot, I will get shredded. It's just a theory, Matt Pat style. But if I keep doing these things and I don't stop, then I will get in really good shape. And so I've been doing it really regularly. I did that run with Otto, even though I felt like shit because I stayed up all night watching T1. I did the run. I haven't skipped any gym days, and I have been good climbing all the time. So I feel like it's fucking... I feel like I have more energy. At the very least, one thing I've always said, this is my fucking universal overarching theory, okay? It's that if you have one thing that's important, that beats every other attribute, it's energy. I feel like people with high energy just not like fucking bouncing off the walls manic, but I mean like energy. I don't know. I feel like it beats everything else. I feel like, I don't know. To me, it's always been like the number one predictor of being able to overcome obstacles and like, I don't know, towards future success, whatever they're trying. Because it's just hard to give up if you maintain good energy and you keep going at it. That's also, yeah. So what I'm saying is do cocaine. That way you'll have energy. There's no downside to that. Is energy the boomer version of vibe? No, I'm not saying like good vibes. I'm saying literally like you don't get gassed easy, mentally or physically. Like you just, I don't know. You're like when you want to do something, you have good energy toward it. You keep pushing, and then when something negative happens, or like not even negative, like an obstacle shows up in what you're trying to do, it's like you're not like, ah, fuck it, I'm done. You know, I don't know. You have a little more energy. That's what I've seen. It happens a lot like at work. Like whenever I would work on a project at work with somebody that felt energetic about it, it just makes everything 10,000 times easier. Because they're like, I don't know, they have an infectious energy. They're excited to work on it. So like it feeds. They feed off that, and then all of a sudden you guys are thinking of stuff that you wouldn't have thought of. And then like the AC. Can you wait? Not sitting in a chair all day helps. Well, I can't stop that. Obviously, I can't stop that. Overly upbeat and energetic people make me suspicious. I just don't think. I think I'm not talking about like fucking chipper. I think you're thinking of like chipper. I'm just thinking of like that. I don't know, energy. Sound like the quick way to a heart attack. Sound effects, yeah. Yeah, as the Rock might say, drive. I guess is that. Maybe it's that. I don't know. I don't know if that's the right word for it. I always use the word energy. And I feel like part of that is like it's just a lot easier to have actual fucking energy whenever you get good sleep and move once in a while, which is something that like I think most people can fucking ignore for their 20s, maybe beginning part of their 20s, but like I don't know, it catches up kind of quick, and so I'm glad I'm doing something so I don't fucking completely feel gassed. Wait, let me you get yeah, by the way, Energy North America beating G2's ass. Let me turn on the air because it is fucking hot in here, and I'm gonna have an energetic speech. Babe, it's still too hot. Definitely getting his Coke. That's the energy. Motherfucker is still confused about the cuck chair. This one or this one? Do you I guess I have a question for you. Whenever you walk into like a classroom or an office or a boardroom or any room at all that has more than one chair, do you immediately go, what's with the cuck chair? Anyone else knows all these cuck chairs in here? You all say, yep. Because it's just odd. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes rooms have both. There's two desks in here. There would be two chairs. A classroom is full of cuck chairs. I guess if the professor's if the professor's fucking hard enough, whenever the professor fucking assigns enough extra work, and then everyone's in a cuck chair, really. Yes, then the therapist did give me a hard time about it. Yeah, maybe y'all need therapy. Timmer, thank you for the 17 months. Rocco's Scopano, thank you for the 4 months. Mad Spitz, thank you for the prime. Quick and Smart, thank you for the 6. That's kind of gray, thank you for the 10. Salo Sheen, 96, thank you for the 8. I can't pronounce your name. Hguhkr. How the fuck do you pronounce that? Hugger. What am I saying? I don't want to say it. Thank you for the 9 months. Swervin, thank you for the 7 months. Prime. You're actually 1 month of Prime. Sorry, I gave you way too much credit. And you only said, wait a minute. You gave me 1 month of Prime, no messages at all, except for one. You have one message ever, starting right now, which was, I have 3 cuck chairs in my office. Welcome to the stream. Next time, segue into the conversation in a better way. You know what I'm saying? Join in during a normal conversation and say something normal. That way I'll have a better first impression. William Taft, thank you for the 4. Awesome Muffin Live, thank you for the 10. Mamunda, thank you for the 2. Orphan Punter. Orphan Punter. What year is this? Orphan Punter is your username? Come on, bro. That shit was like, that's fucking early internet jokes. I can't remember those. They used to have those all the time in like fucking middle school. How many orphans? Someone tell me one. It was like edgy humor. How many orphans do you put in a blender or whatever? Dead baby joke. That's what it was. Dead baby jokes. Yeah. I guess they weren't always orphans. They were just dead babies. Thank you for the prime, however. You can keep punting those orphans. Fasticity, thank you for the prime. And Propane, thank you for the tier 1. All right, enough thanking subs forever, all right? That was the last one I ever thanked for the rest of the stream. All streams. Okay? You got the last thank you, okay? Now we're done, and we're going to talk about fucking some big news in marketing. I'll start in probably 2 minutes at 8. Make sure I got all my fucking slides. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yup. Run ads for the week. Actually, wait, what? For like the weak people or for like the week? Like you want me to run fucking an hour of ads so that we don't have it for the rest of the week? Run 100. Dude, it would be so funny if you could do that. Because we could have one stream where we run fucking 24 hours of ads straight and then have done for the year. That'd actually be so fun. I wish I could do that because I could make an event out of it and everybody actually would want to do it. It would be fun. Everyone in chat would just make fun of the ads. We'd watch it for the fucking ad. It would be an adathon. And then I'd knock it out for the whole fucking year. But instead, it has to be like fucking sporadic, which sucks donkey nuts. Dude, I might be regressing. I'm regressing to how I talked at like fucking ASU. I used to say shit like that. It sucks donkey nuts, dude. Shit like that. But it's like, I don't say that anymore. You guys are, I feel like I'm regressing. I'm regressing on this fucking stream. It's stupid. It's a stupid way to talk. Oh, you know what's worse? Dude, actually, you know what's worse? I went climbing with Stans the other day, and at the end of it, he's like, bro, you know what I've been doing offline at home? And I was like, what? I was like, worried. I was like, are you on drugs? Like, what? Can I help? He said it kind of shamefully. And he's like, dude, I've been playing League of Legends. Solo queue. I was like, Stans, we've been clean for fucking 10 years. We've been clean for 10 years of doing off content, offline solo queue. And he's like, yeah, do you want to play with me? Like, he just messaged me, do you want to play? And I was like, honestly, kind of. Because I've been watching so much World. I kind of do, bro. I kind of do want to play some League with my boy. And it's like, what? I'm saying donkey nuts? We're talking about dead baby jokes? And I want to play League of Legends with Stans? What is happening? It's a regret. The world's fucking rewinding. He's been playing Minecraft as well. Atrioc, I'm worried. Your name is Minecraft Implosion. You have Minecraft in your username and you're worried about him playing Minecraft on stream as content? That's not that big a deal. I think the most relatable or the most reliable joke in content creation, if you're ever reading a chat message, is just usually to read their username. Because it'll always be like, hey, Atrioc, I'm concerned about the rising price of Japanese government bonds. And their username is like fucking shit gulper 33. Anime feet lover 69. And it's like, okay. You know, it never, ever matches up. And so it's just like, it's always a guaranteed, it's always funny. Atrioc, did you have a Marketing Monday on Microsoft buying Activision Blizzard yet? What kind of fucking Nokia phone do you surf the internet on? How do I fucking many for months? Multiples, including one entirely about it. Thoughts on the Bungie layoffs? I already talked about it, but it's sad. Nothing really to say. I mean, there's been a mucho amount of layoffs in gaming this year. Gaming specifically has been hit pretty hard. And with Bungie, I just know some of the people who were affected, and it sucks. They're really talented. Specifically that guy Griffin, who was one of their community guys, social guys. Long time. Really passionate about the game, the community. Ton of good work. I'm just surprised. I'm surprised. That's mismanagement, I think. Atrioc. In my comparative politics lecture, we were asked if we had to work under a non-democratic leader, who would you choose? I said Kim Jong-un. Who would you choose? That was your class for the day? It was like, which... If I had to pick, I would pick Xi Jinping. The GOAT, dude. I would pick Xi Jinping. Bro, if I was born in China, I would be the most fucking I would be on Billy just ripping on America. I would be the most pro Xi Jinping. Just fucking. I would farm that, dude. Your ass would have disappeared? No, what do you... You hear what I'm saying? No, I would have disappeared, bro. I would be fucking celebrated. I would climb the ladder. Yeah, take this clip and put it on TikTok on Extra Subway Surfers. No, I don't know. I have no non-joke answer to that question. I don't know. But that is one thing that I say is that there's so many flaws that I'm constantly harping on in the country I live in. But one thing I do like is there really is like no kind of limits on what I could say. I can kind of make fun of and say whatever I want, which is cool. I don't feel like I literally, within what I want to say. I mean, obviously there's shit I could fucking be a racist asshole or something, but that part is cool. I like that. I do like that my videos just can't get randomly deleted for things that I want to say. We have that in Canada. You just can't make fun of minorities or be racist. I know, and it fucks up Spectacor's content hard. That's the problem. Canada, it's just like that kind of limit makes it so hard for a creator like a Spectacor he feels shackled. You know what I'm saying? He's fucking chained, and he has to be like one small part of himself. It's not fair. It feels really limiting. It's tough. Check 300. Think of the 10 months. 10-month sub still on that thankless streak. Let's keep it going, Brandon. All right, well, then I won't thank you. Because YouTube take such pride in it that I will not thank you for your 10 months that I'm acknowledging but not thanking. Thank you for the tier 1 shit gulper 43. Thank you. Like I said, try the sauce. Thank you for the 6. Hey, Truck and Chat. Hope everyone's doing well. Excited for the Christmas season to start Wednesday. Do you think I could fully sing right now a perfect rendition of Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You in such a fucking pitch perfect way that it actually gets DMCA struck? I don't want a lot for Christmas. Sorry, there's a frog in my throat. Christmas, there is just one thing I need, and I don't care about the. Sorry. Guys, I need some water. Let me try again. On the command. So good, what the fuck? Yeah, I like when I get my vocal cords going, it's pretty good, huh? It's pretty good. Pretty good. I mean, it's not, I don't think I could match her skill, but you should sing at New Year's Rocking Eve. I'll consider it. Do it without the backing track. The backing music helps. That's all I'm saying. It helps me know the notes. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, bless me. Roaring, I can't. I think we could talk about, fuck it. I'll run ads. Fuck it. I'm going to run a 3-minute ad and grab a drink, and that way we don't have ads during the thing. All right? And we'll play a song. Okay. All right, we get it? We got it? Still going? All right, I'll play the rest.
Here's another way to make a killing. Invest in Herbalife with me. I'll even let you join my downline. Long live multi-level marketing. Still on an ad break. Stop the presses. These fools forgot to sub again. Streamers need your money, so cough it up, 'cause they're our friends. Now you've listened to my story. Here's the point that I have made. For less than 16 cents every morning, you can help a rich guy buy a new plane. God, I love ad break.
All right, ad break over. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, wait, it's Faction 556. I like how people who make fun of non-subs are the same people who make fun of Twitter Blue subscribers. Well, I think it's a little different. There's just slightly fewer racists among Atrioc subscribers than Twitter Blue subscribers. That says well. That's a volume thing. No, I meant percentage wise, but yes. I am interested to see what happens when they do the dollar a month on Twitter. If they do, I mean, is anyone in New Zealand? Do I have any New Zealander fans who have checked Twitter out and know that they've done the dollar requirement? I'm interested. Or are they still doing it, or they just quit? Like, what happened? Oh, it's only for new accounts. I see. So interesting to have a two-tiered system. So if you didn't already have an account, what's funny is like downloads for X.com have dropped precipitously. It's not like a ton of new people are flooding in. It's like people that already were on it have inertia and can't stop. Like myself. I've used Twitter for so long for news and business information and updates that like I can't, there's no good replacement. It's funny that I think like someone said recently that like it was like the handshake meme of like boomers getting their brain rotted by Facebook and Zoomers getting their brain rotted by TikTok. And then someone in the comments was like, and millennials getting their brain rotted on Twitter and Instagram, and they joined on top. And it's like true. It is true. They all rot your brain in their own way. Reddit is trash for breaking news and biz-related shit, so I don't believe you. What do you mean? I use Twitter, I said. Twitter, not Reddit. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a very, 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 very urgent piece of news to tell you. President Biden and Xi Jinping have teamed up to ask all of the chatters of the world to unite and tag themselves in the Marketing Monday intro. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Marketing Monday. I'd like to flash you back 87 years to 1936. My 80th birthday. My 80th birthday, okay? I was a young man then. And in 1936, there was a group of 50 auto workers on a GM assembly line in Flint, Michigan. And on that day, a different day than any other, they sat down at their stations to build cars, and simultaneously, all 50 of them refused to work. Now, that's a pretty small group. These 50 people were part of a fledgling group that had just formed in secret called the United Auto Workers. And they were in secret because at the time, the companies would not recognize any form of a union. You weren't allowed to discuss it. You weren't allowed to unionize. You weren't allowed to talk about it with your coworkers. These 50 people decided to sit down and not work. And this small strike transformed America. because these 50 people tried something a little different. Now, there have been a lot of strikes in American history, especially in the period of the 30s following the Great Depression or around the Great Depression. There were a lot of strikes. But these guys did something different. They did what's called a sit-in strike, where basically they sat there, mostly white asses down, and refused to listen. They sat out at their stations and stopped working. Now, what was different is because for all previous strikes, they would follow a similar pattern, where the strikers would surround the building, create a picket line, try to let people through, and get beaten the shit up by police. Basically, police and the local government were always in cahoots with the big business leaders of the town. And they would support the business and basically sick the police on any strikers. And there would be violence. People would often fire into crowds. There would be tear gas. And they would break up the strikes. And the strikes had tough gaining traction. These 50 workers, which, by the way, the only thing they were asking was to be recognized as a union. That's what they wanted. They wanted official recognition as a union so they could negotiate as one unit. They didn't get that, so they struck. So when they sat down, the big change of this was, number one, because they occupied the seat where they worked, scabs could not easily get in and work. They were sitting in the factory, so nobody else could come in and use it to build the things. They couldn't get a scab in. That was number one. Number two is that the business leaders did not value their lives, but they valued the lives of the property around them. So they were very hesitant to send in police and start a riot or a big fight in their factory because that would break their machinery that's very expensive and important. So all of a sudden, this sit-in strike actually sort of worked. Now, there was still plenty of violence. Police surrounded the building. They threw tear gas in, but the union people inside refused to leave. And this started to spread because it was so effective. Police surrounded, couldn't get in, tried to assault it. Eventually, they just shot randomly into the building, killing 13 people. But again, they refused to leave. All they did was just sit there. They continued to sit around. And they had some rules, too. They had rules that made them more palatable, more supportable by the average populace. Number one, they would not bring any liquor inside when they were on their sit-in. No liquor, no violence, no raising their voice, no damaging company property. All they would do is sit down and refuse to work until they were acknowledged and negotiated with by the management. And because of this, it was very hard for the average public to be told they were demons or they were bad guys or they were ruining things because they were asking for a simple ask and they weren't causing any ruckus. They were just making their point. And so because of all this, because of the violence against them and because of their nonviolent protests, they made real progress. And the second thing that the companies tried to do to shut them down was they got a judge to do an official injunction ordering strikers to evacuate the plant. This is GM. GM, the most powerful car company in the world at the time. The UAW, the fledgling small United Auto Workers, had a press conference immediately afterwards and revealed that the judge who issued that decree owned $219K worth of GM stock in the 30s. That's multiple millions of dollars. Interesting. I wonder if there's any parallels to having extremely old political elite who also has vested interest in the big businesses having power over workers. Anyway, this was embarrassing. This is very embarrassing for the political elite, and the government also had his own 104. The governor also had his own 104K in GM shares. He sold them discreetly, and he started to back off of allowing police to harass these workers. So finally, as a final step, GM goes all the way to the president of the United States. They go, we need to send in the National Guard and break up this widely growing strike. Unfortunately, the president in 1936 was FDR, one of the greats, one of my personal favorite presidents, all-time great. And FDR thought about it, listened to their statements, and said, if I were a factory worker, I would join a union. And he refused, unlike previous presidents in the past, to send in the National Guard to help a business beat its workers. And because of all of these things combined, GM was actually forced to recognize and negotiate with the union. And you know what they got? It was like a 5% pay increase. That was it. That was their big thing they wanted, was a 5%. But the important thing was they had to actually recognize the union and negotiate with them, which meant that over 136,000 people who participated in the widely growing sit-in strike became the strike heard round the world. It was so successful from such a humble beginning that people everywhere started to join it. The movement started to pick up. And the United Auto Workers suddenly was kind of fully born on the stage that day and gained a lot more workers. It was the birth of the UAW. They had won a great victory not only for themselves, but the entire labor movement in the United States. People that were originally reluctant to join signed up by the thousands. The second they beat GM, they started on Chrysler, which is the second largest automaker, and they won there. So then they beat GM and Chrysler. Then next year they beat Ford. So they had beaten the big three automakers, established a baseline for working class relations, a huge surge in the labor movement, and eventually the next 30 years had some of the best growth for the American middle class. So look at this. As you can see right here, the time period we're talking about, there was this massive surge in union membership. It tripled. Okay. At the same time, the amount of income that went to the very top decreased dramatically. Basically, they just split it so that more of the income from all these very profitable factories went to people actually building it. And that was great for like 30 years. I mean, we had the largest American middle class. People could afford to live, buy a house, buy a car, support a family on a regular salary, and things went pretty well. I mean, we had most productive and profitable years of American history. And then right around here, this circle, this guy shows up. And he is not like FDR. His name's Ronald Reagan. You may have heard of him. And one of his first acts as president to kick off the 80s is he decides, I'm going to brutally crush the air traffic controller strike. He just completely fires all of them immediately, cuts all their pay, brings in complete scabs, has the full force of the government behind it. There's nothing they can do, and crushes it. And from that period, basically to now, we had massive declines in union membership. Corporations are given free rein to basically bust unions however they feel fit, and the government would tacitly support them. And because of that, more and more of the money that was being remained in the economy went back to the very top people. 100 years later, after this very first strike that we talked about, basically 100 years later, a century later, we come to today, in 2023, where the United Auto Workers are on strike again. And unlike some other strikes in America, they are universally popular. 75% of Americans side with the striking UAW members. This one, I support all the strikes, but in general, this one's harder to get average people to care about. They just don't care about whether actors get paid more or not, as I've found. But for this one, 75% of Americans across political lines support regular people who work factory jobs in America getting paid enough to live. And if you think about it, 75% of Americans don't agree on fucking anything. They don't agree on fucking anything. You cannot think of a single thing. I mean, pizza toppings, whatever. There's nothing, even simple things. Do you like The Rock? Nobody can agree. And so to get 75% to agree on this is a huge deal. And the United Auto Workers right now are striking against Ford, GM, and Stellantis. Stellantis is the modern day version of Chrysler, basically a fusion of a bunch of big brands. And these big three make up basically every car brand in America. Okay? And many of the factory jobs that are here in America. It's one of the largest strikes we've had in 19, 20 years. And this time, for the first time in a while, people actually support it. And this is what they're asking for. And they have pretty big demands, much bigger demands than, in fact, you saw from the writers or the actors of the actor strike. They want a 30 to 40% pay increase. They want the end of the two-pronged pay structure. I'll explain that. They want a shorter work week, cost of living raises, retirement benefits, and representation at EV battery plants. They have a serious list of demands they're asking of their employers. Okay? So let's talk about how this strike, I mean, this is generally, if you flash back to the 1980s, if you come to the table with these demands, you don't get shit. You don't get shit, nothing happens. So what happened this time? So let's flash back. Not to whenever the strike started, September 15th. Again, the strike started only a few months ago, September 15th. Not even back to when the negotiations first began back in July. Let's flash back to 2008. 2008-9. When we had the last economic crisis. The American economy was in the shitter, was in the dumps. Sorry, I guess the editor needs to cut that out. The American economy was trashed. We had a big financial crisis, and the big three automakers were in trouble. Okay? They were all having a tough time. They had bad loans. The economy was bad. People couldn't buy cars. Gas prices soared. They were in trouble. And so they basically got the union to agree to concessions. The UAW said, okay, to keep the businesses afloat, we will agree to sacrifice job security, sacrifice retiree health care, and basically take lower pay to keep you from going into bankruptcy. Unfortunately, that negotiation in 2008 basically bottom ticked the market. This is Ford stock. Exactly as they made that negotiation, the government started printing money like crazy. There was bailouts. Things started bouncing back. And they agreed to these long-term deals as Ford stock started to rebound massively. And the economy in general started to rebound. And so they were stuck with a deal made at the lowest part of the market before everything started to bounce back. And it's never returned to that level, okay? It's never returned to that level, and yet that was when the deal was made. So in that time, where has all the extra money gone? Like, as the company has grown and the workers are all locked into a pretty bad deal, where has the money gone? This is where it stopped right here. The red line is CEO compensation, realized CEO compensation. Do you think it's gone down, flat, or up? If you had to guess, if you've been following along, where do you think CEO compensation went after 2009? Good call. It skyrocketed, okay? So all that excess money that wasn't going to the workers because they took this bad deal all went basically to the management. Not even back to the investors, not to people that own Ford stock, basically just to the management, who pocketed all the difference. The CEO to worker pay ratio is 365 to 1 at Stellantis, 362 to 1 at GM, and 281 to 1 at Ford. It's massively higher than it ever was before during profitable and good years at Ford. If the bosses are raking it in, shouldn't the employees be too? It's a serious question. So, currently, the members of the UAW are working 60 to 80 hours a week just to make ends meet. And they locked in a deal back in the day, back when things were good, for 40 hours a week. So something has shifted. All of the rights they fought for, decades and decades ago, have been eroded. They're getting paid less, and they're working longer. And so finally, it's time with this strike to try and win some of that back. Also, they have this two-pronged pay system, which is basically like based on when you joined and what the contract was when you joined, you could get paid $18, $22, or $32 an hour for the same job. It's a completely arbitrary system that tries to pay new workers less because they're under a worse contract. And that two-tier wage system is something that's been fought and won against by people like the UPS, who got their employer to axe it. So all of that. And then finally, the last thing they want is about EVs, which is basically like, okay, cars are changing and they're making new plants for electric vehicles. And these plants are not unionized. And so the United Auto Workers are worrying, like, as EVs grow, are you just going to cut us out of all of our deals? And so they want protections against that. They want to be able to unionize the EV plants as well. Battery factories are owned by international companies, which means they're not part of the UAW. And so this is all the things they want. And how do they get these things? If they have these five massive demands that we talked about, how do they get these things? Let me go back to this slide. If they have these six massive demands, how do they get these things? So normally, a union strategy, this is like the normal union strategy, and that is this. All in, baby. Put all your chips on the table day one. Everyone walks off the line day one. We make a big picket line, we make a big stink, and we try to fucking scare them into doing it. All in. That's the normal strategy. The problem is, this is very hit or miss. It's very risky. Because if the company has a lot of cash or can afford to wait it out, like the studios are trying to do versus the actors, then eventually your average worker feels the sting. They feel like they can't afford their bills, they need to go back to work, and they're willing to take a shitty deal. This all-in strategy is high risk, high reward, okay? But UAW, as I mentioned, from even back in the very beginning, when they invented this sit-in strike, has always been innovative. They have always been at the forefront of trying to find new ways for labor to have a real voice in America, okay? So for this round, they tried something entirely new called the walkout strike. Or basically the stand-up strike. The stand-up strike. This new tactic where they're going to keep working at all three factories, but randomly, at any time, they will pick one factory and just have everybody stand up and leave. They'll just literally, any time of all the factories, they'll just say, this one doesn't work. And they can do it at any time randomly. So the businesses can never plan for it. They can never be like, okay, everything's shut down, we're going to figure it out. No, they just keep working, and then one day this factory doesn't happen. It's back to work. And so because of this, they can make the strike last way longer because everyone's still employed. Their strike fund for people's works and out of work and paying for their housing and everything is lasts way longer. And then two, they can play the companies against each other. So, for example, right off the bat, this is day one. By day 7, they had decided to strike only at GM and Stellantis factories, but not Ford, because Ford was negotiating. So when they started the strike, Ford's like, okay, we'll talk. And so they said, Ford, we're not going to strike, no stand-ups. But they picked 2 GM and Stellantis plants, and they stood up and left. And so because of that, because they could actually play the companies against each other, the companies started to get a little nervous because no company wants to lose against the other one. Unlike the writer's strike, which had a real tough time with this because they were striking against all of the United studios who were lockstep together, no breaking alliance. This one put the companies against each other, which was pretty good. So we had, again, by day 7, look at this, listen to this.
Ford finally came to us and said they want to get moving, so they're showing they're actually moving. They showed some definitely some better progression. So we chose to not hit them at this point, and as long as we get to a good point with them, then we won't have to. But if things go backwards, we'll take action there too. So
you can see, like, as long as Ford agrees to negotiate, they don't get hit. Then by day 14. Ford wasn't doing good in negotiation, so they expanded strike against them. By day 20, he was making fun of it on the social media. This is Sean Fain, the president of the UAW. That was this guy right here. He goes, tune in to find out who gets the rose. They were making a game out of which one they were going to strike against. And because they were making this last a lot longer and they were playing with each other, they were making real progress without spending all of the resources. Most people were still at work, but a business can't run if it's unpredictably going to have factories shut down. And they started to put pressure on GM. By day 21, GM, which has been struck against the whole time, started to feel the pain and made some concessions. And so they held the strike on GM. They won the transitions include the battery production, which was one of the 6 things they wanted. GM agreed to have all future EV battery plants be covered by the same labor agreement. Again, that's one of the 6 down by day 21, locked in. So the strike is working. So they hold off on the walkouts. Again, it's carrot and stick. They made some progress, so they held off on the walkouts.
Hey, UAW family. Just wanted to give you a quick update. We are here at Ford's Dearborn headquarters, and unfortunately, we've had to escalate our action. Bargaining committee here at Ford's been busting their asses, working hard for the membership. Vice President Browning and the whole team. We came here today to get another offer from Ford. Unfortunately, this offer was the exact same offer they gave us 2 weeks ago. In our position, they're not taking this serious. We've been very patient working with the company on this. At the end of the day, they have not met expectations. They're not even coming to the table on it. So at this point, we had to take action, and we made a call to President Todd Dunn down at Kentucky Truck Plant. And as of 6:30 this evening, John Jaeger, who is on the committee, he's the shop chair down there, John and Chuck Browning, Vice President Browning, and myself, and the entire bargaining committee made the call down there, and John Jaeger was able to let Todd Dunn know that at 6:30 this evening they are to walk out and go on strike. And
so again, that's what they had an answer for every step of the way. Instead of having put all their chips on the table at once, every time something good or bad happened from the companies, they were able to punish or respond in a certain way, which again saved their resources and expended that of the companies. Then the bargaining started to work. After 26 days, you know what I'm saying? 26 days is not a long time, but they had made incredible progress in the first couple weeks. Think of how long. The writer's strike was over 100 to make any sort of progress. In 26 days, they made real progress. And then by day 30, it was calm seas, okay? Day 32, calm seas. Nothing was happening. Day 34, calm seas. They were negotiating. They were making progress, negotiating. 37, calm seas. It's been a long time since the last incident. Everyone's still working. The negotiations, and they've proven that they've got some arrows in their quiver. Then, day 38, the tsunami hit. The negotiations hadn't exactly gotten what they wanted, so they made a big show of force. Massive strike at Stellantis' largest factory. 6,800 workers all walked off at once, hitting one of the Ram truck makers' most profitable plants. The most profitable plant for Stellantis randomly walked out. GM, not Stellantis, but GM reported to the markets in Wall Street that the strike had already cost them $800 million. That same day, the same day they announced that, UAW did another strike on them. Another 5,000 workers walked out. Their stock fucking tanked. They already had the losses and they had another strike. Tanked, okay? They hit them hard, day 39. And then, after UAW had done a massive strike here and a massive strike here, and they hadn't made progress with Ford, it was very obvious what was going to happen next. Except it didn't happen because the CEO of Ford...
If it continues, it will have a major impact on the American economy and devastate local communities. The supply base is very fragile and will start...
The CEO of Ford, who is a deer in the headlights scared, cracked. He cracked, dude. He didn't want one of these. He cracked, and he became the first of the big three to crack. He said, fuck it, and made the deal. He made the labor agreement ending the strike. Okay?
Ford knew what was coming for them on Wednesday if we didn't get a deal. That was checkmate. On day 40 of the stand-up strike, we reached a historic agreement.
40 days to basically break Ford into getting the deal that they wanted. Now, once they have Ford, by the way, the deal, incredible. So remember those things they wanted? This one, they got. This one, they got. This one, they didn't get 32-hour work week, but they did get increased PTO, so less overall hours per year. Cost of living raises, got it. Retirement benefits, got it. Urban digital EV plants, I'll go into that, but yes, they got some here. So big progress. A major deal from Ford. At the EV battery plants, again, this is still being discussed, but they're adding Ford EVs to existing plants under UAW, and they have agreements on terms covering new battery plants. So whenever they make battery plants, they're going to be under the UAW as well. So again, that's like all basically 6 for 6. Basically, this one still probably needs work, but 5 for 6 and like progress on this one. And that is the first domino. So again, now Ford, which is one of these guys' main competitors, if you're Stellantis or GM and you see Ford factories working and yours not, that gets a little spooky because they're going to lose market share. So the domino starts to fall. So immediately Stellantis is like, fuck this, we can't hold out. So Stellantis on day 43 also makes a deal. So now 2 of the big 3 have made the same deal. And this is under 50 days. They fold instantly. Because again, there was another Jeep strike. Part of the offer. So, and then, okay. So now Ford and Stellantis defeated, and it leaves only GM. GM, like I said, are left holding this boulder. They're the last one still holding off against the strike. And GM is a powerful enough company. They're not big enough to be a sole holdout against 2 other competitors. And because they're the only one left, the United Auto Workers started fucking hammering them. They started expanding the walkout on only GM plants. So Stellantis is free, Ford is free, and all GM plants are getting more and more walkouts. So finally, they make a deal. This has just happened. This is like yesterday. This is actually today. This is like early morning today. GM makes the deal. 6 hours ago, really, but this is updated, but it was earlier. I mean, they were negotiating all weekend. So GM finally cracked. And that means within a relatively short period of time, the workers at UAW got almost everything they asked for by only striking at a few plants. Think about that. Every one of those workers is getting like 30 to 40% pay raises, better protections. They didn't have to they didn't have to stop working a lot of places. A lot of people didn't even stop work. But because they used a good strategy, a smart plan, and played the companies against each other, they all got their deals in a short period of time. Which means, like, and this is from them, but the strike worked. And the original offer that GM gave them at the beginning of the strike doubled in like 40 days. They doubled it. I mean, they folded so quick when they were faced with a real strategy. And the UAW put out this great Twitter thread. which I want to share, about their stand-up strike, which will go down in history as an inflection point for our union and our movement. Which it reminds me of the original inflection point of 1936 that I talked about when they first did the sit-down strike and innovated way back in the day. They're doing it again today. And one cool thing they did, as I mentioned in a previous video about the writer's strike, is these guys did not get bent over a barrel on the ending date. They proposed an expiration date of 2028. So they got a 5-year deal instead of a 3-year deal, and they made sure it ended on International Workers' Day, so that if they get fucked on the next time around, they're going to begin strike on May Day, and they're asking every single other strike that's going on right now to try and do the same thing, to try and bargain to end their strikes, end their contracts on May Day, so that companies around the worker unions around the world can sort of strike in solidarity. If they get bad fucking deals, they're going to go to strike on May Day, which is like a cool, unique way to get around the actual weird entrenched laws from our government banning solidarity strikes. This contract is more than just economic gains for auto workers. It's a turning point in the class war that's been raging in this country for 40 years. For too long, it's been one-sided, and working class people have been losing. This contract's more than just a contract. It's a call to action for workers everywhere to organize and to fight for a better life. And I found that to be pretty incredible. So they've made a 5-year deal instead of the writer's strike 3-year deal, and they're asking everyone to align their expectations with their expirations, so everyone ends on May Day. And so it's a big win. And the headlines rolled in. Auto workers score big win. Detroit is paying up to end the UAW strike. And as we roll in to the ending of a hot labor year, healthcare workers are on strike. Actors are still on strike. Hotel workers are on strike. Teachers are on strike. U.S. approval of labor unions is the highest point since pre-Reagan, since the 60s. And we're seeing a chance for this to be the beginning of possibly another era like this, dude, where we have higher and active union membership that's supported by people and ideally the president, and we can get a larger share of income to people actually working these jobs instead of going increasingly just to the weird management layer. Again, not even to the investors in the company. It just goes to the CEO and their cronies to just milk all the company. It's been one of the biggest problems in America for like 30 years, and I'm excited to see some progress on this front. So I don't have much more to say on this other than it's really cool to see how big of a win this UAW strike was. Really, top to bottom, they got a ton of things they wanted in a short period of time and proved the efficacy of like labor support and strategy and just the value they offer. I'm impressed top to bottom. We'll see where it goes from here. I'll keep updating you on it, but I want to give you this Marketing Monday report on an incredible top to bottom win by the UAW. And if you have the option in your own life and job to think about joining a union, just keep this in mind. They got so many things for themselves in such a short period of time. That's it. Thanks for watching Marketing Monday. Back next Monday. That's the Marketing Monday. I also have a wins and fails, but I did just talk 40 minutes straight. I might do wins and fails tomorrow because I also don't have any content for tomorrow. So, plus we'll have a better SBF update. I'm waiting one more day to get an SBF update. So what I think is today, I do the full Marketing Monday on the strike because it just happened today. We did that. And then tomorrow we do wins and fails with SBF. And then that sounds good. Do you have any questions? I mean, there's things I could talk about. There's things I cut from wins and fails that I could talk about too. Atrioc, more wage gains in this deal than the last 21 years combined. Sheesh. Battle report. He's on strike. What am I gonna do? He's doing a stand-up strike. He walked out. You gotta support him. Gotta support him on that. Was anything done about the 13 union workers that died in the UAW? When did they die? Oh, you mean in the beginning, the 30s? Nothing, dude. So the police. I just forget your what question he's asking. In the 30s, the police. Here, I'll show you. For that original sit-in, the fucking police surrounded the building, spontaneously fired tear gas in. The people inside GigaChad didn't leave, boarded the windows. The police tried to assault the building, and the people inside sprayed water on them. They had like water hoses and sprayed on them. They didn't like physically hurt them, but they sprayed water to try and keep them off the building. The police were repelled, and then they came back and just started firing guns into the building on essentially peaceful striking coworkers, and they killed 13 people. It was fucking crazy. Labor relations in the United States in the 30s are just like fucking abject violence, but they led to like incredible gains because people just didn't support that. Selfish employees striking and getting new deals. I remember the money trickling down in it. It was crazy because you witnessed it firsthand. Yeah, I was this guy. I was snoozing. I actually just showed up to work that day and didn't feel like working, and I fell asleep. I did not even know there was a strike going on, but it actually worked out great. Same haircut. Bro ain't sleeping, he got shot. Did you see there's a strike in Sweden against Tesla? I did see that. They don't have a Tesla factory in Sweden, but it's like repairmen. Maybe repairing Teslas just sucks. Do you think that industries that don't lend themselves well to this new stand-up strike, like SAG, will think of a new strat too? Yeah, I'm not saying this one strategy fits all. I'm just saying it's cool to see that we're finally seeing labor unions innovate and fight back, because the old playbook has been completely beaten by corporations. Like the standard playbook just gets owned. It's been owned. Like they've found a way to beat it a long time ago, and they know how to crush it. And so finally seeing some innovations from unions. And they're getting more support and they're winning more things. And that's a self-fulfilling cycle. Because when unions start to win rights for their workers, more people want to join unions. So they get more people and they get more power and they can ask for more things. And it's like the meta is evolving, if you will. The judge was the modern day Nancy Pelosi? Yeah, basically. I mean, it's just fucked. It's just fucked that like GM personally asked the judge to sign an injunction against the strikers, and he is a massive GM stockholder. That's a huge conflict of interest. It's just like when politicians and people that make laws have huge financial interests in the things they're supposed to be regulating, it's obviously fucked. It should be illegal, not just like frowned upon. It should be illegal. It's fucked up. Like they can't be trusted because their financial future rests on them doing a certain thing. Seeing people's brain dead comments about unions make me so mad. People repeat the same 4 comments about how it's a middleman and killing industry where their manager makes what they do. Yeah, well, not even their manager. I mean, they're fucking executives. Listen, you're definitely going to see some people who have been fucking completely brainwashed against it. It's fine. Like the average person, the degree of support for unions has never been higher in America since like the 60s. So at this point, it's more of like a broad-based support that you have to tap into rather than trying to convince every single person. But I do like to, like, what I like try to show, when I try to show again and again, what I think is so important when making this argument is that, like, I think people have very, very, very poor knowledge of history, to be honest. People don't know about history, and they don't have memories that go back very far. And I don't think people realize just how this stuff happened before. And in America, when it was successful and prosperous, and it worked. Like, it's not, people think of it like, oh, unions, that's not an American thing. Well, I don't, it feels weird. It feels like, this is not communist Russia. I don't know. People have a weird stance on it that's like based in a very short period of time recently when unions have been weak. And they don't notice that, like, we had fucking post-Great Depression, huge clawback in power by unions that led to a huge prosperous era. The CEO should join the union. Would be a big whoa moment when they're striking too. The CEO is the one negotiating against them. So what if he's in the union? Then it would be over, right? There wouldn't be anything to strike against. We need a CEO union. You know what? We do. Because now I feel like these poor CEOs are getting their pockets picked by labor. We need a CEO union to strike back. But you see what's so funny? What I think illustrates this so much is that if the CEO walks off the job, the company keeps working fine. If the CEO goes, I won't work. I'm sitting off till you give me better pay. Everything keeps going fine. The company keeps making cars. Someone steps up. Do you understand? Their strike means nothing. And yet they've been extracting more and more and more and more value. That's what's fucked up to me. And, it's like, again, like I said, it's like, there's the argument that, like, I don't know, like, if all of the money, all the extra money the company was making was going to the investors in the company, every single fucking person who owns, every retiree who has 2 shares of Ford for their retirement account, if it was being split up and distributed, that's one thing. It's a different argument. Still, you have to figure it out because I don't think that makes sense. But at least that's an argument where it's like, okay, I invested in this company, I took a risk, and now I'm making a profit. But the management is who's been benefiting the most. Not even the share. It's always going to, in these companies, going to the management. Just this weird management layer who's like, I don't know, like a virus. They put themselves into the company and just started getting fat and leeching off all of the profits. They don't do much. They're not that impressive. Most CEOs are not some fucking genius who's so 1,000 times smarter than the average person that could fill that role. And yet they get so much more money. It's just a weird thing that's happened in the past few decades. It's not normal. It's not that's not always been that way. And yet we just keep idolizing them like they're fucking incredibly smart. And them and their cronies get all of the money from the company. They all think they're Steve Jobs. Yeah, it's like fucking Mary Barra of GM is not Steve Jobs. The company is not innovative. It's not, she's not fucking changing anything. She's just sitting there telling people to make the same cars they've made. And yet she's got a fucking absurd pay package. Yeah, David Zaslav, dude. David Zaslav getting paid hundreds of millions of dollars to be like, let's name HBO Max to Max. Let's bring back CNN streaming. He's doing the dumbest fucking decision. He's getting paid hundreds of millions, and then the fucking writers are asking for pennies in comparison. It's just like, to me, it's so obvious that it makes sense both economically and morally. It's like there's just no argument against it unless you want one fucking rich old guy to be that much richer. Like, oh, please, God, give David Zaslav a bigger pay package. Yeah, I think it's fucking dumb. Dude, I was watching, I'm a big Kitchen Nightmares fan. I don't want to apologize for it. I love seeing Gordon Ramsay fucking call people idiots. They made a new Kitchen Nightmares, and there was one episode, it just came out. Like, it just came out recently. And it was making me mad because Gordon Ramsay was fixing this place up and like giving help and helping everybody. But it was really to help the shittiest fucking owner of all time. It was like the only problem with the restaurant was the owner. It wasn't the cook was fine, the staff was great, but the owner like was just shitty and annoying and meddling. And so, Gordon came in and like renovated the whole place and got him a new menu and like helped the people out. But at the end of the day, the beneficiary is this fucking shithead owner. That kind of sucks. Like, these workers were great. They were super nice. They were doing all the extra work for him. Yeah. He was the country club guy. That's what it is. Inventor X. That's it. It was the country club guy. He was just the worst. I mean, he contributed nothing. He was completely useless to the bottom line of that company. Is the extra pay the management gets enough to pay for the cost of the union workers' pay increases, though? I don't know if it's 1-to-1. It's not far off, especially in the case of the writer's strike. It was the increase in pay since the time of the last writer's strike was enough. In this case, I don't know with the workers, but also like they did report record profits. GM, Ford, and Stellantis had record profits over the pandemic, and so they definitely had the money. It just wasn't going to perhaps people that were most important. Do you think the actor strike will start using these tactics? The problem is the actor strike is up against a much more savvy enemy. The studios. This group. This group. These guys it's very difficult to play them against each other. Which the auto workers were able to do because all of these guys made their own union. It's called the AMPTP. So Netflix and Disney and Warner Bros. And Paramount and Apple and Sony and Universal and Amazon are all part of a union called the AMPTP, and they negotiate as one. So you can't be like, hey, Paramount, if you give us a deal, we'll start making movies for you, but not for WB, which would be great because then they would all break. Instead, they all negotiate as one, and so it's very hard. You can't make any movie. Like, all studios are in one, and so if you're an actor and you want to make a movie, nobody will give you, like, they'll either give you a deal or not. It's a cartel, basically. Yeah, it's a cartel. The problem is, I mean, listen, it doesn't change things, it just drags it out. Because at the end of the day, some of these companies are benefited by a strike more than others. And that case is Netflix. So the longer the actor strike goes on, the more ahead Netflix gets and the farther behind everyone else does. Because Netflix has established global production. They can make a lot of shows in Korea and foreign countries that don't have stuff like that. And they have a bigger backlog. So people are not canceling Netflix, but they're canceling Disney. They're canceling Paramount and everything else. They're not canceling Netflix. So Netflix is getting ahead. Like, Netflix is actually secretly loving the strike. Low key, if you look at it, their stock is doing better. They've been, like, if you listen to their fucking Wall Street quarterly reports, they're talking about how they're almost upset the writer strike is ending because it's going to increase their cost. Like, Netflix has been winning. And so everyone else in this room is getting shifty eyes towards Netflix because they're like, hey, what the fuck? Warner Brothers needs the fucking strike to end. They have no fucking movies, bro. They need to launch Dune 2. They have shit to do. They need to make money. But Netflix is just still raking in cash and they're happy. So you understand, like, these guys are going to have to arguments. They are going to break up. Like, it's going to be a problem, but it's taking a long time and that's hard for the actors. So hopefully a deal can get made. But that's what's happening. It's like this AMPTP has made the strike harder. Hey, Big A, honest question. How do HOAs work and how do they make money when everyone hates them? HOAs are homeowners associations, and they are groups of homeowners in an area that group together to make rules and regulations and fines and fees for everyone in their neighborhood. Like, you can't have a flag of a certain height, and you have to have your lawn always trimmed, and you have to, and they're generally losers and dweebs, but the reason they exist is because they increase the home value. It's like a house union. So everyone bands together and they make their neighborhood nice and spotless and follow rules, and then all of their house values go up. Which is why that's how they justify themselves. They're fucking annoying and weird and whack, but they have value in certain areas, and they serve a financial need. Because as you can imagine, if you all, let's say you buy a house for $1.2 million or something, you take a huge down payment, you buy a house in the neighborhood, and the guy next door just like fucking lets his shit go. You know what I'm saying? Just fucking plays Destiny 2 all day on a beanbag, blaring music out the window, the weeds on the lawn. You might say Giga Chad in chat, but if it starts making your house worth $300,000 less and you're fucking scared because you put your life savings into it, then you want an HOA. That's the point. That's why they exist. Again, the problem is not really the idea of the HOA. The problem is that it's always staffed by the most fucking annoying type people. It like attracts the type of people who like want to be in everybody's business, who like really want to be assholes about it, who love lording small power over people. Like, that's the problem with HOAs. It's not really that they a set of rules for everyone in the neighborhood that are like generally acceptable that they agree on. It kind of makes sense. And it helps all. Yeah, they're like the Reddit mods, the IRL Reddit mods. How is the government allowing big companies to make a union seem so fucking dystopian? I mean, they're just, they organize the same way as anyone else, I guess. I mean, it's not. What I think is, like, this is not even the biggest problem to me, because they could do this in secret or in public, right? Whatever. Like, it's almost unenforceable. If they agree to not negotiate without each other, that's like, it's whatever. But what is a problem is that our government, in the Taft-Hawley Act of like the fucking late 40s, like banned the ability of so many things related to unions. Like, the government made it illegal to do a solidarity strike, to do a general strike. Like, all of our union shit in America has to be done through like specific procedures. Like, if you want to make a Starbucks union, you have to be the Starbucks union for that store. You can't be a nationwide Starbucks union. You have to be the Starbucks union for chapter fucking. It's like there's all these weird rules the government enforces to make unions weaker and easily broken that don't exist in other countries. Like Sweden and stuff have like long times have many general strikes just to get more power for all workers. And we have these weird laws that are super backwards that were basically written by business leaders and forced down mid. What if we say fuck that? Well, you kind of have to do it with votes, I guess, and leadership, because the problem is the government has a monopoly on violence. That's the power of the government, is they have a monopoly on violence, which means you can't be violent back, but they can be violent to you. They can lock you up. They can move you. They can grab you and move you to a jail, and you cannot do that to them. And so, that's why. That is why the government is kind of the end all stop. Like, that's why businesses eventually, when they're losing a union, go to the government, and they try to convince them to send in people to break up the strike with violence. Is because that's the advantage. Push comes to shove, that's what they have. So anarchism is the answer. No, absolutely not. I disagree wholeheartedly. I think in anarchy, everyone here would be fucking dead. If you are the type of person who enjoys watching Twitch and hanging out in chat, you would be dead in an anarchy. you would be completely useless. Anarchy is literally only the strong survive, or the strong dictate all of the rules. Complete free for all, useless. They won't respect my wall rank. Actually, yeah, and in anarchy, the companies probably would take over. They would have their own fucking private police force. Which they actually did have back in the 30s. Henry Ford had a private fucking like Ford's guys, 300 person strong private military that he used to beat up strikers. And that was just chill in the 30s. Big A, will you be buying a Ford F-150 to support the UAW? Hell yeah, brother. I'll wait till truck month, though. I only buy during truck month. Hasbro did send the Pinkertons, which were a famous strike-breaking organization, basically company private military, after somebody for a stolen magic card or something. They really fallen off, dude. They used to be out there beating like breaking kneecaps of strikers, and now they're just hunting down. We replaced the Pinkertons with the Blinkertons. Am I right? Cheers, my friends. Hey, Atrioc, sorry for the dumb question. Do all industries have a union associated with it, or do they form as needed? No, they don't. They don't. Union membership has fallen off hard. It's like 6 to 8% of workers nowadays, when it used to be 35, 40. It used to be like over a third of all workers were in a union. Now it's way, way lower, but it's starting to rise again. Have you seen Messi won the Ballon d'Or? How do you pronounce that? Ballon d'Or. How do you say it? It's the fucking, it's the soccer player of the year, right? I guess they would hate me saying soccer. Football player of the year. He's won it a bunch of times, right? Is Messi? I feel like Messi's pulled away in the GOAT discussion, which is weird because he went to play in a worse league and then became more popular and is now like, it's like, it's because of the World Cup. I see. Okay. But I thought it was close. I thought the GOAT discussion was really close between Ronaldo and Messi, but now it feels like just the energy is 100% Messi. Is that just because of World Cup? Anyone who says he isn't the GOAT at this point is trying to be awkward and they're cringe. Okay. I was doing I think I still will do this. I was doing a sick little, I did that little mini marketing Monday on the 9 to 5 girl. I was doing a sick little mini video. I was going to film it offline about the Messi jersey, actually, because if you guys don't know, the Messi pink jersey for Miami is the fucking GOAT jersey. It's selling like absolutely crazy. Adidas can't figure out how to fucking make enough to sell. It's all over the fucking country, all over the world, become just one of the best selling things they've ever made. It's become iconic, and the knockoffs for it are going crazy because the demand is so high. So I thought it was interesting. I was reading a lot about it. I was going to do a thing. I got one from him signed, If you got an official one signed, you should probably consider auctioning it or selling it. Unless you're such a huge super fan. You can make a fuck ton of money right now. If you have a signed, authentic Adidas messy pink Miami jersey, that shit's money. That's cash money. You can find somebody in fucking Dubai to pay you crazy cash for that. Or you can hold it off and maybe make more later. Unionization in small business. What do you mean? Usually you need enough workers to make it worthwhile. Ideally, all workers get paid a livable wage, but wouldn't an increase in all wages increase inflation and cost of living? No, the idea is that there's a set amount of profit, right? And it's being split in different directions. The idea is to change that split so more of it goes to the workers and less of it goes ideally to the management, who have been extracting more and more wealth. That's the idea. Because if the management were to strike, it wouldn't stop anything. You know what I'm saying? It just wouldn't. They're just much more easily replaced, yet they command much more of the money, and it's a weird shell game they've been playing. It's not like yeah. It's also like, at the end of the day, if a union's demands are too great and they force a deal that doesn't work, then it will hurt the union as well. You understand? Like if the company goes bankrupt, then everyone loses their job. So it's a give and take. It's a negotiation. But if within 40 days the union can get all three of these companies to agree to this deal, it becomes very obvious that like the deals they were offering before were intentionally lowballs. Like it's like if someone offers you a fucking $1,000 for your Messi signed jersey and you're like, no, and you start to walk away and they go, okay, $2,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000. You know what I'm saying? They could have paid more the whole time. They were just trying to lowball you. Do you understand? Like they had the money, but the second you actually threaten to walk away, they start offering you more. It becomes obvious that like they could have done it. But they were hoping your stupidity would allow you to get lowballed. Hey, Big A, when do you think the yen is going to be stronger? I'm losing my money every day on Forex trading, betting bullish on the yen. Why? Why? In God's name, did you decide out of the blue to become a fucking Forex trader and bet on the fucking yen rising? What was your thesis? What did you... That's so strange, bro. Are you a fucking experienced multi-year Forex trading professional? Or did you just have it? Just go to Vegas, bro. Bet on red or black. You'll have better odds. That's bananas to me. Anyway, no, I can't tell you. I don't know when the yen is going to be stronger, bro. Nobody knows. It's not a fact you can know. Okay? You can have a guess based on a thesis, looking at, all of where things are heading with the government and the economy and try to make a guess. But my guess is things are going to be pretty bad for Japan for a while because they have literally not stopped at any point printing money to try and prop everything up from their whole government. I have a friend in Japan just told me the rail pass or whatever, the Japan, subway and train pass, it just doubled. The price just doubled. Like they're getting hit with inflation, bro, because their government keeps printing. The JR pass. It is goated. JR Pass is goated. I'm just saying, like, their currency is getting weaker, so all the prices have to go up. And they're still getting paid the same amounts, and they're not going on really strikes. So, you know, I think Japan's just in a weird spot, bro. But I'm not saying to short the yen because I don't know. I am just knowing what I'm not confident enough to put my money on the line because weird things can happen that nobody understands. Like, you know, a fucking the UK government bond could be weak one day, and all of a sudden, around the world, it becomes better to buy Japanese, whatever. Like, it's way more interconnected than you think, and weird shit causes weird things to happen all the time. There's no. You have to be a super, super, super duper savvy Forex trader who thinks about it all the time to have any kind of edge. A meteor of gold and diamonds falls in Japan. That could happen. Or what if they figure out a way to make anime real? All of a sudden, Japan's #1 country on earth, dude. Their economy skyrockets. Everybody needs yen. Hey, Shark, I really need to go to sleep. Can the stream stop being interesting and fun so I won't miss anything good? Yeah, sure. I'm about to watch House. Actually, I think there might have been a... actually, that would be fun, too. So, but if you want to dip, that's fine. I think there might have been an interesting video about... damn. What the fuck was it, bro? It was so fucking interesting that it blew my mind. That was... What is Spectacore saying? A Spectacore said, yo, I hear he's playing Outer Wilds tonight. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Bro, it wouldn't even be good if I played it tonight. You know that. You fucking know that is the thing. Damn, what did I fucking... Bro, I was about to be... I swear to God, did I save this video? I was like, Chad would love to watch this with me, but I don't remember it. You think it was a video called History of Glizzy? No, it wasn't that. It wasn't that. Oh, there's a video about how homeowners associations took over American neighborhoods. We were just talking about HOAs, and it's short. Let's watch this.
84% of newly built single-family homes sold in 2022 belong to what's called a homeowners association, which are organizations that oversee properties in a community.
Certain local governments require almost all new construction to have an HOA.
They're rooted in the desire for municipalities to offload their responsibilities for taking care of things that you would normally associate with paying your taxes.
Homeowners associations provide value to owners.
But there's been a backlash to HOAs because of some homeowners' negative experience.
Damn, that's a fucking fire beard. You think I could pull that off? Obviously, I would have a different top of the head situation. But I feel like I could pull this off. Get the glasses.
Experiences.
I like the idea. I mean, he said in the beginning, it is interesting to think of like HOAs are kind of just doing things the government should do, but doesn't because they don't have the funding or whatever.
When I first bought this house, I was very excited. Seemed like it was a very nice, cozy, close-knit community. Then it started turning into a horror story.
I'm a huge believer that, you do sign away your civil rights when you're signing into an HOA or a condo association.
It's a matter of personal.
Wait, you sign away your civil rights? You're a huge believer in that? You can no longer vote. Been saying, wait, explain that a little more.
Preference. Some people like anchovies on their pizza and some don't. Some people really like living in homeowners associations. Others don't like it.
So why are HOAs so powerful? And do they make homes more valuable?
I think they're valuable because they make homes more valuable. They're valuable because they make homes more valuable.
Homeowners associations are run by a board of directors that's made up of volunteers who own property in the community. The HOA typically handles communal responsibilities, which can vary from managing amenities such as swimming pools to making sure property owners follow home maintenance rules. The board may hire a management company, which tend to be for-profit, to help run the day-to-day operations. Homeowners in the community pay into a fund for the HOA to have an operating budget. In the U.S.,
Okay, I was going to ask what the average fee is actually. Because I've never been in an HOA. So I know about them, but I haven't had to deal with one. $200 to $300 a month is pretty fucked. Because the average student loan bill is around $300, I think. So it's like everyone's doubling their student loans and they have a house payment. It's actually fucking annoying when you think about it. That is so difficult to make it worthwhile at $300 a month. You pay $590 for yours? $590? $600? $6,000. So $7,200 a year? That's around? That's crazy. That's crazy.
A typical home in an HOA pays between $200 and $300 per month in fees. HOAs have the authority to hand out fines to residents in the community that the association feels is not following the rules. Those fines may also accrue interest in some cases. The Inostroza's annual dues for their HOA in Noonan, Georgia is...
Wait, my HOA has no fees, but they don't do anything except tell you if your yard is dying. That's kind of all you need. That's good. That's a good HOA. All I really want from an HOA, ideally, is that my neighbor doesn't fucking let the yard look like a fucking trash heap. You know what I'm saying? No trash and weeds in the lawn so that my property value doesn't go to shit. That's it. A nice hands-off HOA. All the nitpicky shit's annoying.
$200 per year, which is lower than the national average. So on paper, their HOA membership doesn't seem like that much of a financial burden, but that's not been their reality.
When we moved in 2008, we found out that there was a balance that was attached to the home because it had been sitting in the community, and they were fining us for that balance and late fees and any...
What? They were charging you? For before you bought the house? It's like if I rent a car and I'm paying off the last guy's fucking late fee. What? What are you fucking talking about? It's not my fee, bro.
Other type of fines that they would put onto the home for lawn care or anything. All of that was attached to this home when we moved in.
From 2008 to 2014, we tried getting in contact with the HOA and we never had a reply from them. And we just kept trying and no answer.
By August 2015, the HOA put a lien on the Inostroza's home. In the court documents, the HOA said the Inostrozas owed more than $1,600. A lien is when a party has a legal claim to an asset, such as a home, which can serve as collateral to satisfy.
They're going to take your fucking home over $1,600? You know what HOA should do is just like fucking drink lean with you. That would solve problems. If they just fucking calm down, had a little dirty Sprite, put on some Future maybe, and talked it out with you, I'm sure most of the shit could get solved. I'm sure you'd cut your grass.
satisfy unpaid debt. This can open the door to the HOA
Okay, maybe streamers shouldn't be my source of news. You don't like my solutions? I'm sorry. You don't like my solutions? I'm trying to fucking help. I'm filtering this news through an intelligent analysis algorithm and giving you a solution, and you're shitting all over it.
escalating to the next level of debt collection, such as foreclosing on the home or, in the Inostroza's case, garnishing wages.
In mid-2015, they started garnishing my wages. The first time I learned of that was when I got my first paycheck that they garnished. I didn't get any prior notice. I got a notice 2 weeks after.
Even though the HOA was collecting from Jules' paycheck, invoices filed with the court showed they were adding fines rather than deducting from the overall balance. By December 2016, the HOA said the Inostrozas owed more than $4,300.
In 2016, I decided to go into debtor's court. My attorney and the HOA's attorney came to an agreement that I would pay $3,200. We paid in installments, and we finally paid that off in January of this year.
But it seems
That's fucked, dude. Wages garnished, but the balance not going down, and then ending up having to go to debtor's court to pay $3,200 on a fucking what, $1,060 fine? Basically triple. That's so fucked. That's so ridiculous.
Never got to the management or the homeowner situation. Just adding fines and adding interest. That's all they was doing.
So they were still saying that I owed almost $8,000, while my attorney and their attorney agreed on $3,000 something.
The Inostrozas estimate that they've paid about $12,000 in fines
Oh my
and
God!
wages to the HOA, along with thousands of dollars in legal fees to their own attorneys. The latest invoice they received on August 18th, 2023 says they still hold a balance.
Even after paying $12,000, they're still saying that we owe them $8,000.
That's fucking crazy.
10 years. 10 years, yeah.
CNBC reached out to Homeowners Management LLC for comment and received automated responses directing us to contact the current management company as of August 2023. A representative from the current management company, Century Management, told CNBC, because it just became the management company for this community in the last couple of months, Century has little ability to comment on historical facts regarding the Inostrozas case. The former director of the HOA board, who oversaw the association from 2020...
I just can't imagine what they're doing with that money that is delivering any sort of value equivalent to the cost. It feels more like a weird fucking tax than like... You just don't... The fees don't need to be that high to fucking... occasionally police people that are super egregious with their lawns, and like outside of that, it shouldn't cost that much.
Until her resignation in October 2023 declined CNBC's request for comment. The attorneys representing the HOA board did not respond to CNBC's repeated requests for comment. Jessica Navas and Matt Bazone, who are also homeowners in the subdivision, began investigating their HOA.
I started to have this feeling that there was something odd about the HOA during the pandemic.
They discovered a history of at least 25 foreclosures in the community over the past 15 years.
Just one house can have a record between 2 to 3 foreclosures within that time frame.
If Jessica hadn't just took the initiative to go to everyone in the community that she knew were homeowners, we never would have known any of this, because all we did was basically go to work, come home, raise our children, that's it. And we never knew that anybody else was going through this, because for the longest I felt like, is it just me?
Interesting.
I feel like HOA could be a positive thing when the community work together, keeping our houses looking good and good for property value.
A big part of an HOA sales pitch is that the presence of the organization can help increase property values.
The board is responsible for protecting property values. For most people in the United States, the single biggest investment they're ever going to make.
There's mixed evidence about whether this is true. A 2019 study found that on average, HOA homes cost at least 4% more than non-HOA homes. That comes out to an extra $13,500.
Okay, so even if it's true, if you have to spend $20,000 in fees, but that's not really fucking worth it, is it?
But those property values can vary significantly by...
Oh wait, I do like the comment someone made. This dude's a gamer. This dude's a gamer. You can tell, bro. He's not using the laptop mic. He bought a fucking real headset. This dude plays Destiny 2. I respect it. He's about to kick his feet up and play some games right after this dumb interview. He probably yells fucking slurs into the mic, unfortunately.
Percent more than non-HOA homes. That comes out to an extra $13,500. But those property values can vary significantly by location. A different 2019 analysis of 3 U.S. cities found that the home values in HOA areas were less than those in neighborhoods without them. The Inostroza's property value has increased between the time they bought it in 2008 following the housing crash to 2023.
I don't think that HOA has anything to do with our property.
Wow, they really actually bottom ticked the market, though. Oh, that's awesome. I mean, they're probably doing fine, actually. They bought a house in like a reasonably populated neighborhood in 2008. Then they just had fucking, 15 years of appreciation. Good for them. They bought the dip.
I feel with the HOA, the management company don't increase the property value. They're just there as employees, the community that increase the value of the property.
HOAs can also be necessary in order to manage shared amenities or land, which can be a value add for homeowners.
There are associations out there that handle all the landscaping. Even though you may own your lot, the association cuts the grass and they do all the landscaping. So is that a cost saving? Sure.
Management companies can help a community function smoothly, especially when a board of volunteers needs assistance.
One large company will manage 20 or 30 or 40 HOAs in a region, and they tend to have it down to a science. They know how to deal with trash pickup, they know how to deal with yard maintenance, they know how to deal with complaints, they have their fines and their enforcement down to a science.
Relying too much on a property management company is going to cause problems, and relying too much on the homeowners to run their own association is also going to cause problems.
The management company and the manager are simply a contractor to carry out the board's direction. They may handle all of that routine activity.
These are nice houses, fuck.
Of the board, but those folks who live in the community and volunteer remain the decision-making authority. The board in that situation is still responsible. They are still the fiduciary. They are legally and financially responsible for the decision-making in that community.
I think that there
and it's
are
usually
times and places for HOAs,
the Reddit mods.
and I think that they could be positive. But the abuse negates that benefit.
Power dynamic. Okay.
A lot of people have trouble thinking of community associations as a business, even though statutorily, in many cases, they are. You have to think about it like running a business.
It is fucked to think of them like a business. I mean, if they are a business, if they're running for profit, the HOA should not be for profit. Every dollar it makes should be spent on improving the property value of everyone else's home. If they're making money off the fees, it's completely fucked.
Business. At the same time, you have to think about it from the perspective of a group of investors who all have this shared goal of making sure their investment's safe, and nobody's quite sure how to do that. And when you bring in an outside advisor to help run your organization, those people's goals are not the same as the goals of the people who made the initial investment.
Professional involvement in HOAs is increasing, with the for-profit homeowner association industry growing to $38 billion. Jessica and Matt have been fighting for more transparency about where their HOA fines are going.
We had 4 months.
It's a $38 billion industry to tell people to fucking clean their lawns? To take money from people to tell them to be cleaner? That's so fucked. That's such a waste of money, bro. That's almost as big as the entire music industry, 50 billion. Is that true? I thought it was more like 100, but maybe I'm wrong. wait. Okay, just to be clear. The music industry is worth 26.2 billion. The global recorded music industry. American HOAs is a third bigger than the global recorded. That's crazy. That's crazy. I don't think this includes all of the ancillary businesses around music. I think this is just like selling recorded music. I think like festivals and everything have made a ton of money. I don't think this is included in that, but still.
Of pulling teeth, we wanted a general ledger, but they gave us a balance sheet and a budget.
We contracted a forensic auditor, CPA. It is very concerning to see that the amount of income that they're receiving is coming from these particular aspects: fines, citations, collection, legal fees. And her recommendation was remove the board, freeze the account, get access into the bank account. The numbers don't align with each other.
In most cases, association management companies charge a flat fee for their management services for the association each month. They're not getting a share of the proceeds. That's not how they're compensated.
If we didn't have a management company, we wouldn't have to be dealing with these different problems that we're having. Basically, they're just milking the community.
The Inostroza's experience.
Yeah, it's dumb. I mean, a management company's fucking dumb because when you think about it, they don't even own any of the homes. So they only benefit from charging you more fees. They don't, like, the whole point of the HOA is that it's homeowners coming together to make everyone's home in the neighborhood better. But the management company, they don't make money when your house value goes up. They only make money when they charge you more fees and spend less money on helping. So their incentive is actually to milk you dry, not in the good way, and just fucking charge you a lot of money and do nothing with it. Like insurance companies, bro. They just want to charge you more fucking money and then not pay any of it out. That's how they make... It's fucking...
With their HOA highlights some patterns seen across the country when it comes to how much power HOAs have. 57% of homeowners polled disliked living in an HOA, with more than 3 in 10 homeowners saying they feel like the HOA has too much power.
People need to understand how much power a board of directors has. Governments are giving the power of the municipality to these communities.
They act as hyper-local governments and in many ways supersede all the other laws that exist when you sign into a covenant that runs with the land.
Covenants is shorthand for Covenants, Conditions, and Restrictions, or CC&Rs. These are documents that outline the HOA board and homeowners' rights and obligations. A homeowners association usually enacts the CC&Rs, as well as the bylaws that outline procedural matters, when it's incorporated by the subdivision developer.
The board in the beginning is controlled by the developer. So it starts out as a board of people that are paid on behalf of the developer to operate that community. And it transitions 100% of the time. In some cases, it takes years. In other cases, it might only take 1 or 2 years to a set of volunteers.
Homeowners who have disputes with their HOA say they have trouble getting help from official government channels.
I have personally contacted the city officials. None of them want to get involved in the HOA.
There are only 7 states that have an Office of HOA Ombudsman: Colorado, Delaware, South Carolina, Florida, Illinois, Nevada, and Virginia. However, the Ombudsman office is usually not very well funded, and they have limited...
What does ombudsman mean? What is their origin of that? I hear about it, but I don't. Like, where does it come from? Origins. During the Qin dynasty of China? What the fuck? I mean, it's just someone appointed to provide a check on government activity in the interest of the citizens. But I don't see where the name... It comes from Sweden, I guess. It's a Swedish term. Thanks, Sweden.
Jurisdiction over the types of complaints they can take. And in some cases, that's all the Ombudsman office can do is take your complaint. They can't even take an active role in investigating or resolving the complaint.
As far as the regulation goes, I think a lot of that regulation is predetermined. So in other words, there's already laws that are set up in place. And so inherently, they're already being regulated that way. And of course, you've got the court system.
I think Lincoln's admitted it, yeah.
In case you have a disagreement within your homeowners association.
I think that education is really key to these communities. I mean, they need...
It's extra insidious because reporting how shitty your HOA is a great way of devaluing your own house. So you're financially incentivized to not talk about it and incentivized to glaze them up. I guess true, yeah. Yeah, because nobody's going to buy a house in your neighborhood if you know the HOA sucks. So you got to be like, damn, they fucking rule. No, they're actually fucking great. Spend a lot on this house.
Need to know that there's
The glazing is crazy. No, the dick riding crazy, though.
nobody that's going to help them, that in a lot of cases, civil court is the only answer. So you can't even take some of these communities to small claims court.
There's really a very limited number of scenarios where a court can say that something that's binding in your covenants is not valid.
Lawmakers in several states, such as Texas, North Carolina, and Florida, have introduced policies to address some of the issues homeowners have been raising, but it's been met with backlash from the professional management industry.
There's always going to be a wide variety of perspectives and concerns.
That's a plus.
No solution, no bill, no piece of advocacy is ever going to garner 100% support from everyone. We try to find the best middle ground that makes sure the association runs effectively and people's investments are protected.
As of right now,
I would hate to piss off the professional management industry. All right, well, that was pretty good. I'll watch House in 20 minutes.
So there.
What about... Oh, did you see this one? Oh, this is what I want to watch. Wait, I think this is the one I wanted to watch. I think... I can't find it. All right. Is part of the problem is that there are so many people who see in house as an investment rather than a home to live in and own now? Because the price of houses are what they are, it's not about whether people see it as that or not. It is. If you spend, 10x what you make in a year on a house, it has to go up in value. Where you are in debt for life on something that... Do you know what I'm saying? If you're taking a 30-year loan to buy a house, that house better go up because then you have to retire with it. So it's not. It's the thing you put most money into. You pay into it your whole life. It's not like a mental mode. It's a function of what it is. Here's an egregious example. What is this? What the fuck? What the fuck? This is an $800K condo with a $5,033 monthly HOA fee. 1 bedroom, 1 bath, 800 square foot condo. That's fucking crazy. You don't even have a lawn. What the fuck are they policing? Your fucking decoration, your doormat? 60 bands a year? They do room inspections? That's crazy. I mean, maybe there's like a pool, community pool or whatever. But that's just an absurd. That's absurd. I can't imagine. Dude, I can't imagine. The Gap, by the way, if you're thinking of, I was going to talk about this. Yeah, this right here. Like, there's so many people are choosing to rent now because the gap between renting and buying has never been this high. Even in the height of the housing bubble, it's never been so much more expensive to buy a house than it's been to rent. Both, by the way, have spiked, but the gap is absurd. It's actually a little bit higher than this because it's 2023 now. I think this might be a month or two out of date. Anyway, I mean, you'll notice every time this gap has existed, it has corrected not by rent going up, but by housing prices going down. I just want you to know that. Interesting. Interesting. It's not sustainable. As if your question is, it's not sustainable. It's just, we have bad demographics. There's going to be less people. And it's already out of their price range. Like, it's just not sustainable. It's just not. I mean, the government can pump it afloat for longer, but it's not sustainable. Thank you for the 1.5 years, Don Poppy. Wait. That building is not an HOA, it's a co-op. You don't purchase the condo, you purchase shares in a company that owns a building, and in exchange they give you an apartment. Way more strict than an HOA. Famously, one co-op did not allow Mariah Carey to buy because they didn't want their husbands looking at her. I mean, they could get me because I'm harder on the eyes and I can still sing that Christmas song perfectly. It's almost like best of both worlds. California makes me think $18 is reasonable. This is average. This is nationwide average, bro. $18.45 a month would be fucking bananas in California. Everyone would snap that up insta. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's time to watch a little House MD. House MD season. We are on. Hey, Punch. I love your messages. I do think if I were to offer you one suggestion, it would be that after 3 years of doing the exact same post, when you come into the chat, is to try something different than like vaguely positive statement with smiley face. I'll just ask you because you've done the exact same thing for 3 years straight, and I'm wondering if maybe you want to mix it up ever. It could be a kind of fun. Where's my season 5 prime YouTube video? Looking for YouTube clips of House season 5 birthmarks. House goes back to his roots. Is he gonna be racist to Foreman? What is his root? You gonna eat more Vicodin and
Emmett Perry Jr. was his birthday.
All right, we'll find out. Let me hit the lights. Everyone get a snack or a drink, quick snack time. And then we'll have a nice little relaxing chat House MD nights together. Run an ad? Yeah, I'll run an ad. Run a quick ad. Actually, wait. I think the ad thing is broken. The ad manager is broken today. It's like frozen the whole time. It won't let me snooze, but it won't let me run. I think we're probably good. Have you seen the Clint Stevens thing? Yeah, it's funny. Hey, Big A, sorry for the off-topic question, but I'm very curious. How are government bonds on the same thing as a Ponzi scheme? A government bond is just an IOU by the government. They say, we need to buy a tank and we need $100. We'll give you 105 later. So you give them $100, they buy the tank, and they pay you back 105. It's not a Ponzi scheme is a little different. Yeah, you could see Social Security is like a Ponzi scheme for sure, because that is literally taking your money, putting it in a pool, and paying it out to old people. But that's not. Government bonds are not really like a Ponzi scheme. A Ponzi scheme is yeah, it's where they, you give someone money, they promise they're gonna up it, they're gonna do something to make it grow, but secretly they're just giving you back people's money that also invested in the same promise. Is this the Jeff Winger final? Yes, sir. Ponzi scheme implies you don't know it's just going into a pool. Yeah. The scheme part implies that. The Ponzi implies it is, and the scheme part implies you don't. Oh, come on. Social Security is not a Ponzi. It could be argued very easily that Social Security is a Ponzi scheme. Because they literally do just collect all the Social Security money, in fact, and then pay it out to people who were there first. And they don't have enough. It requires there to be a constantly growing population of new people buying in. Check punches. What do you think the most effective type of marketing is these days? Online stuff or reward ads? Online stuff. The most effective type of marketing nowadays is incredibly fucking viral TikToks or influencers. That is the most bang for your buck. TikTok influencer, TikTok ads, the ones that are good, the ones that feel like they're there's a lot of fucking skill to it, but those ones are getting the biggest return for your money. Okay. Okay. 1 second. Let me get snacks. Snacks, drinks. Everyone do fucking snacky time real quick. We'll come back. We'll watch house. All right. Peace.